Stop being so serious. Stop being so stiff. Laugh a little. Have some fun. It's time to talk about the full moon, one of my favorite energies. So, this will be the third part of the Moon Magic series that I'm doing. The first part, we spoke about the 8 phases of the lunar cycle. In the second part, we spoke about the new moon and doing new moon rituals. And so, in this part, we're going to talk about the energy of the full moon and how you can use it to do full moon rituals, what the energy of the full moon is. The full moon is one of the high points of the lunar cycle. It's a climax. We've been building up since the new moon. Our energy has been building up towards a goal, towards the full moon. You know, we've been watching it go through a phase of from the beginning, the start, and we've seen the journey to this fullness, right? So it's the same thing that might be taking place within us as well. You know, with our goals, with our growth, with our emotions, there may be things happening within us spiritually. There are always things happening with us, and we move with the cycles of the earth, whether we know it or don't know it. So we might have set some goals for the new moon. I know I certainly did. I always try to set intentions with the new moon if I'm not still focused on the intentions from the previous new moon. So now we're at this high point, and we are either realizing our goals or we are reflecting. Do we want this, or do we want to move forward with something else, or do we want to go back? What do we want to do at this point? So we're going to focus on 5 themes of the full moon this episode, right? The first one being forgiveness, right? The second one being release, receiving, realization, and the final one being gratitude. We spoke before about forgiveness and how important forgiveness is when you want to manifest, because you are releasing an energy that creates blockages in your body. It creates blockages in your mind, physical blockages, spiritual blockages as well. There's no purpose in holding on to a grudge, holding on to an emotion attached to somebody or something or a situation that serves no purpose in your life. You're holding on to this emotion that is only crippling you because it's not affecting the other person. The other person, they don't care. They have moved on with their life. They're doing what they want to do for them. Holding on to feelings like anger and resentment only harms you. There are better ways to deal with negative emotions than to hold on to unforgiveness. You can alchemize, you can transmute and change that situation to what you want it to be and how you want it to serve you, right? But deciding to be miserable and deciding to, to be unwilling to make better of the situation for yourself just doesn't make any sense, because it gets you nowhere except just being miserable. I suggest some journaling. So write down who you need to forgive, what you need to forgive. Be very detailed about the situation and how you're releasing it. If it is that you need to forgive yourself also, because a lot of times the forgiveness that we need to give is to ourselves. A lot of times we need to let go of the guilt, let go of feeling responsible for whatever outcomes, right? And move on. Give yourself some grace. So there are some rituals that I would recommend for the full moon, and a fire ritual as well as a bath. We're gonna start with the fire ritual and then we're gonna do a bath. So you're gonna write out what you want to forgive, who you want to forgive, what you want to release, right? Then you are going to burn it under the full moon. Gonna light a fire to all of these things and release them. We're not returning to them, we're not revisiting them, we're letting it go this time. It's not that these things don't exist, it's not that you're gonna forget, but you are no longer going to allow it to affect you and your life moving forward. The bath is a part of the process of releasing as well, because you're gonna wash off all of the blockages that are there. So you're not just releasing the unforgiveness, you're not releasing just the hurt, you're releasing all of the tension that was building up towards your goal as well, right? You're gonna release any attachment, anything that you're holding on to too tightly. You know, some people are holding on to money too tightly, so it creates this scarcity mindset, you know. So you feel like money isn't coming, so you're holding on tight to what you have. Release that scarcity mindset. Release the goal that you want so badly, it's not coming because there's too much tension. Just let go. Release fear, release doubt, all of those negative emotions. It's a good time to release. The moon is pulling. So the next step is realization, and this is a bit of reflection too. So you're looking at where you are now, you know, and seeing what you've accomplished, seeing how far you've come, what you are manifesting now, you know, realizing, because sometimes we are doing well, sometimes things are happening for us, and we're not appreciative because we're not looking to see that things had changed since the last time we did something else. You know, we achieved something, doors opened, some opportunity arise. So we have made some steps towards our goals, or we have achieved our goals. Sometimes you have a win and you don't even realize that you have a win, right? So this is the time to really see your wins, that realization that, wait a minute, I have reason to celebrate right now, right? So the full moon is an energy of celebration as well. It's not just about looking back and weeping and, oh, you're sad because you haven't done this or you haven't done that. But I think it's a better mindset to focus on what you have achieved, as small as it might be. Appreciate the progress that you've made. And the next step is to receive, you know, receive that energy. Receive the energy of the moon. Receive the cleansing of the moon. The full moon is also sharing energy with us, right? It's healing. So it's time for you to receive all of what you want. Be open. Be open to receiving. Receive the fullness of everything. Receive the fullness of your goal. You might not receive it now, right now, but you may be receiving it over the next few days. You may be receiving it over the next couple of months, but receive it. Receive what you believe is yours, what you believe you deserve, what you believe you've worked for, what you know you're gonna get. Receive it and let go. The next step is to feel some gratitude, right? Gratitude is a big part of manifestation. You have to be grateful for what you have and what you are going to have. So this goes back to realization, right? Realizing that you've made some progress is a part of gratitude as well. When we don't acknowledge things, it is ingratitude. It's like somebody does something nice for you and you don't say thank you. When you don't acknowledge that the person did it, it's ingratitude. You have to acknowledge it. You have to say, wow, I actually did this. I have an idea for a soap that I want to put out. I haven't yet got the labels, but I bought all of the ingredients, right? And I actually made it, and it's drying right now. So the only thing that I need to do is get the labels and put them out there. It's not complete, but that's an accomplishment for me, right? Because I'm realizing something that was in my mind I have brought it to life. At least part way, I can look at it and say that was an idea at one point, and now it's in the physical. I can see it. So I'm celebrating that win. I'm celebrating that with the full moon that's coming up as well. It's important to feel gratitude. You are rewarded when you feel gratitude. Gratitude is just one of those good emotions, you know. Good emotions, positive emotions help you with attracting more of the good things. It's simple. This is the law of attraction. You know, the more you feel good about something, the more you give something good energy, the more it comes towards you, the more you attract it. This particular moon is a flower moon, and we're coming to the end of spring. And I don't know, I quite liked this spring season for some reason. I was very observant of spring this year, more than I had ever been. So I saw a lot of change that happened in nature, and it was beautiful to watch. You know, some of it wasn't that great, to be honest. Some of it was there are lots of bugs around more than usual during spring. A lot of little critters that you don't usually see. Quite a bit of them are around during spring. So depending on what you're doing, they might be annoying, but it was still beautiful to watch the changes happen. So this flower moon, and it's interesting, I'm going to make a tea. I've been putting together a floral tea, and I'm gonna share it with you guys. But I just felt very feminine, very girly, very florally, very springy, and I felt like making a very floral tea. So just flowers is in this tea. So this moon is the full moon in Sagittarius, and Sagittarius is fire energy. So it's very fun, very energetic, right? So it's reminding us to release our fears. I spoke about this in a previous video about how you can release fear, doubt, and anxiety. And so that's a good video to watch right now, because we're trying to release fear and trust ourselves with this full moon and trust the universe. Sometimes we hold on to this emotion of doubt and feeling like, oh, you know, this is not going to happen. All of the things that could go wrong are coming to your mind now. Release it with the full moon. Learn to trust yourself. Challenge yourself to trust yourself and trust the universe, trust the process, right? And a part of releasing the fear is to have some fun. This Sagittarius full moon is encouraging us to go have some fun. And maybe one thing you can do is go dance under the full moon. Go to the beach somewhere with some friends, play some music and light a fire and dance under the full moon. Do something light-hearted. Some of us are too heavy. We have to be serious about everything. We can't just let go and have a good time. Have a good time don't mean that you need to go to the club and get drunk. Just do something fun. Stop being so serious. Stop being so stiff. Laugh a little. Have some fun. Remember, I spoke also about the full moon affecting you personally, right? So this moon energy is in Sagittarius. So if you study your birth chart, you will know where Sagittarius is in your birth chart. And for me personally, Sagittarius is in my 10th house. So the 10th house has to do with, you know, career, your life path, you know, how you make money, essentially. So for me, this is reminding me not to be so serious about it all. Have some fun. Find a balance between working for money, living in my purpose, enjoying life, taking care of myself, right? and taking care of my family and my personal goals, my goals for my personal life, finding that balance between all of it, which is difficult. That sounded like a lot, right? Work, purpose, personal life, myself, finding the balance between all of that, because I tend to focus more on purpose, living in my purpose, living in service, making money. I do focus on those things more, and sometimes I do focus on self-care. I take my self-care serious. So yeah, I don't let anything, if I'm feeling like anything is affecting my mental health or my physical wellness, I will do everything to protect that. But as far as my personal goals, sometimes relationships and family life, that can get neglected, right? So this moon is reminding me that I need to work on the balance of all of it, and at the same time enjoy life. I think that's it. That's it for the full moon. This full moon, guys. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Remember, have fun. Let go a little. Lighten up a little. Right? And release all of the tension in your body. Do some dancing. Do some yoga. Movement is so good. Go hiking. Do something different. Do something that you've never done before. I spoke about in the video on releasing fear and doubt, that you should challenge yourself to do something that you've never done, something that you fear. Challenge yourself to do it, but not just something that you fear. Challenge yourself to do something that is different, something that you've never done before, you would never normally do. There's just an exhilarating feeling about doing something different, something new, because you learn when you do things that are different, something out of the norm. Nothing to harm yourself though. That's it for this video. Comment down below your full moon rituals. What are you doing for this full moon? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Welcome to the family. We want you to join us. We're trying to get to 20,000 by June. We're almost in June, but I'm giving myself until end of June, right? So we have time still. Make this full moon video go viral and we reach the goal, right? Subscribe. The Dark Feminine Rising retreat is coming up soon. If you are interested in joining us for this retreat, if you're interested in joining us as a Black woman, this retreat is for Black women. The dog is distracting me a lot. The Dark Feminine Rising retreat is coming up, guys. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link below so you can go and sign up. You can learn more about it. We can also have a quick chat about it on WhatsApp. So all of that information is available on the web page. So just click the link in the description box so you can learn more or sign up for this retreat. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Take care of yourself and we will link up in the next one later, guys.